Welcome, dear saints and strangers, to Deseret Radio, broadcasting from a dusty chapel in the shadow of the Wasatch Front, where the canyon winds whisper secrets of the past and the future, where the air crackles with prophecy, where the white horse sleeps but does not slumber. Tonight's message: the white horse awakens. The desert is awake tonight. Can you feel it? The sand shifts underfoot, moved by unseen hands, and the coyote's cry carries messages too old for mortal tongues. Something is stirring in Zion, an old name, long buried, now crawling its way back into the light. A name once spoken only in defiance, in warning, in laughter, in righteous indignation. Deseret has returned, and with it, the watchers have come down from the mountains. Tonight, brothers and sisters, we gather to speak of signs and wonders, of whispered names and distant drums, of cryptic tweets that appear and vanish before the sun can rise, and of a war fought not with swords and blood, but with memes and prophecy. So sit back, open your scriptures, and whatever you do, don't look directly at the men in the white shirts. Reports have been flooding in from across the valley. Sightings of strange men in white shirts standing motionless at street corners. They do not speak, they do not blink, they do not move. Some say they are missionaries, but if they are, their name tags bear no name. Their eyes, hidden behind dark lenses, do not shine with the eager light of fresh-faced elders, but with something older, something watching. Perhaps you have seen them. Perhaps you have felt their presence, standing outside your home in the early hours of the morning, waiting. Waiting for what? We do not know. But the old prophecies spoke of watchmen, and the old prophecies never lied. Meanwhile, the city council has issued a statement regarding the 7 flaming swords that appeared over Temple Square last night. They would like to remind citizens that apocalyptic omens are, quote, not cause for alarm, and that any claims of celestial visitation should be reported to the appropriate authorities. The swords, which hovered ominously in the air before vanishing at dawn, were seen by multiple witnesses, including Brother Jensen from the Stake High Council, who described the event as, quote, concerning but doctrinally sound. An emergency meeting was called in the COB, where executives debated the appropriate response. One anonymous source, speaking on condition of anonymity and through a wall vent, stated that the situation is being handled and that there is no cause for panic. However, sources within the Deseret Intelligence Agency suggest that the swords are just the beginning. And, saints, we're inclined to believe them. In other news, an encrypted account known only as @IronRodanon has been posting strange messages on X. The account, which appeared exactly 40 days ago, has been dropping cryptic phrases and coordinates to locations across Utah, Idaho, and northern Arizona. Each post vanishes within 144 minutes. But tonight, one of our listeners managed to screenshot a message before it disappeared. It read, "You have heard the call. You have seen the signs. The gathering has begun. Heber Valley, 48 hours. Bring the banner." The post was deleted. The account was banned. But the words remain, and the faithful are listening. Now, some community announcements. Sister Jacobson's wheat storage was broken into last Tuesday. If anyone sees a Gentile looking unusually well fed, report them immediately. The Bees of Deseret, our local militia/honey production cooperative, is holding a recruitment drive. Must own a firearm, a manual on guerrilla warfare, and a willingness to disappear into the Uintas when the time comes. No previous beekeeping experience necessary. Brother Harker has requested that whoever left a bundle of seer stones on his porch last night please come retrieve them. He appreciates the gesture, but has been unable to sleep since, and his chickens keep speaking in tongues. Brother Wadsworth would like to remind everyone that the underground Deseret barter network is still operational. This week's featured trades include 5 gallons of raw milk for 1 bolt-action rifle, and a year's supply of honey for the location of the lost 116 pages. And finally, a reminder, The prophecy clock ticks ever forward. Before we close tonight's broadcast, a reminder to our listeners. If you find yourself walking alone and hear footsteps behind you, do not turn around. If you see two men in white shirts standing at your door at 3 a.m., do not let them in. And if you wake to find a beehive carved into your bedroom wall, know that you are being prepared. For what? We do not yet know. But do not be afraid. Because Zion is rising. Because the watchmen have returned. And because, saints, this time, we're not leaving. Good night, Deseret, and may the desert keep you.